Let's get into the effect of each party. Now, there are going to be people that don't like it, but because I will have true Labor people and I will have true should I say Liberal National Coalition people here. But this is basically consistently what policy is on each of them. So, Labor's policy generally has increased taxation, further support for the low and middle class. You have further government spending. Very large immigration will continue, very large debt and high density will be promoted. That's what generally Labor will do, and that's pretty consistent with what they're promising over the future. Now, what's the effect going to be of this going to be? Overall, the price will increase most definitely. I'm telling you right now, the price will increase no matter what. Post an election, the market always goes up no matter who is in power. And you can see that from my previous years that I've described earlier in the episode. So if you need a look, here it is. This is what it looks like. Aside from pretty much your 2010 and the most recent election, it's both because rates were high and you had sort of a pretty restrictive lending part of the cycle. That's the reason it was there. Okay? Another effect is you'll find with Labor, the lower end of the market will perform best. Probably sub $1 million, I'd say, but fundamentally the strong suburbs, so the areas that I tell people to invest will still perform very well as they always have accordingly. The very top of the market under Labor will also continue to rise, and I'm being particularly the top 1%, so it's your very rich suburbs of all the cities, so it's like your inner eastern suburbs, lower north shore of Sydney, your very rich inner north and very rich inner east of Brisbane, your very rich inner sort of suburbs of Melbourne, your inner east, inner south. Probably your real rich sort of inner west areas and coastal areas of Perth as well will do very well there too. And the reason for that is because overall home ownership will fall significantly, especially for the lower middle class. So what you have here is you have the sub sort of lower end of the market. Everyone piles into that because they support it most. And then what happens is between the sort of lower end of the market and the top end of the market, no one can afford it because taxation continues to increase. That end of the market no one can afford, but pretty much it's only a very small percentage that can, because they get wiped out with all this spending and basically inflation and also unemployment. That's what happens. And then the top end of the market, because it's not a mortgage market, right? Believe it or not, it's something like 60% of all houses in Sydney purchased over $3 million are bought outright in cash. That's the rough statistics. It's roughly that. If you look on RP data, and if you look at ABS statistics correctly, that's what happens. So you'll find the very top end of the market will continue to go up because of this. These are non-mortgage markets, so that's what's going to happen under Labor. That's the effect of what their policy is going to be.